I'm Eric Stark. I'm the host of the Smart RVer podcast, and I'm going to talk about RV extended warranties and what's new in 2026. So this is an update to our last video, which was done in 2025. So we're going to bring in some new things, and we're going to talk about wholesale warranties. I'm an affiliate for them, so if you use the link in our description to buy an extended warranty for an RV, I get a commission, just so we're upfront about that. But I'm not trying to sell you solely on wholesale warranties. I want you to be aware of the companies, well, some of the practices, what to look for, how to vet a company and get the right extended warranty for you. Wholesale warranty might not be the company for you, but there's a company out there if you're looking for one. But hopefully you'll choose wholesale warranties because they do offer a great product. They're a good company. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be doing the affiliate work for them. I would be mum's the word about them. All right, so what's an RV extended warranty? It's a warranty that an RV owner or soon-to-be owner will purchase, whether it's a new RV, used RV, and it's provided by a third-party service. So an extended warranty covers mechanical and electrical problems, plumbing problems that are going to come up in the RV after you purchase it. So it pays for that. Now, it's not an insurance policy. So if you total your RV on a trip or something, that's not what it covers. It covers those problems you have after purchase and after it's out of warranty. Let's say it's a new RV. It's not going to pay for let's say the Dometic refrigerator and it fails after 3 months. That's where you go back to a Dometic dealer or the dealer where you bought it, and they take care of that under Dometic's warranty. Extended warranties go beyond that. They're the long term. The factory warranty is a short-term warranty, you might say. So when that factory warranty wears out or runs out, expires, that's where the extended warranty comes in. And that's a real benefit because that can be a real problem. You know, it can save you a whole lot of money. Now, why do RVers really seek out these warranties? And what kind of benefits are there if you have one of these warranties? Because you do have to pay for it, so you're paying some money for it. But is it worth it? Well, it is. RV repair costs are climbing every day, unfortunately. Right now, some shops are charging in excess of $300 per hour in labor. And then you add on the parts, and that can get pretty expensive. And a shop that's charging $300 an hour labor, they're charging a premium for their parts more than likely. Hate to say it, but it's reality. And then if it's a warranty, they're charging it, right? Many RVers don't really budget for these types of repairs. You know, it's in the back of our mind. You know, you're constrained to a budget sometimes. And so when you're not planning for it or putting money aside, all of a sudden you get this big bill that maybe it's $10,000 for a slide room repair. You're like, holy smokes, how am I going to pay for that? I don't know if I could do that. You know, that gets tough to shell out that kind of cash for a repair. That can be really difficult to do. So this helps you with that budgetary issue that might come up. Now, what about a do-it-yourselfer? Do they need a warranty? Well, it depends on what kind of do-it-yourselfer you are. You know, if you're planning on doing all of your own maintenance, like oil changes, aesthetic changes, you're going to replace the flooring, paint the RV. See, those repairs or that type of work isn't covered by an extended warranty anyways. So you don't have to worry about that. But what it's going to do, an extended warranty will cover things beyond that that maybe is out of your skill set or you don't have the time to do, or that's where the extended warranty will kick in and take care of the things that failed under the warranty and pay for it. Now, if you're the type of do-it-yourselfer, the RV owner who wants to tackle most of your own repairs, that's good, but you still might need an extended warranty. Let's say you bought a motorhome, especially like a diesel pusher. Most average do-it-yourselfer or RV owners aren't going to be able to work on the chassis on it. They might be able to do all the house repairs, you know, take care of the refrigerator, the HVAC system, plumbing, electrical, all that. But when it gets into that drivetrain, the chassis, the transmission, the engine, maybe that's not your cup of tea. Just having the tools for that can be expensive. So that's where an extended warranty would come in, because more than likely you're not going to want to fix it. Where a shop can take care of it, you have an extended warranty, you are good to go. Provided you have a good extended warranty from a company like Wholesale Warranties, and there's a difference. So what kind of traveler are you? Are you a full-time RVer? Are you traveling without access to tools? You don't have a place to repair your RV. So that's where an extended warranty can be great as well. So it just depends on what kind of RVer you are, what your skill set is. Do-it-yourselfer, not a do-it-yourselfer. So it just depends. Now, there's different types of coverage and plans to choose from, which is nice, but sometimes it can be confusing. You might be, I don't really know how to do this. I'm not sure. You're looking at it maybe from just your vantage point and not asking help from the people that sell it. Hopefully they're honest. And we'll get into that in a moment here. So there's different types of coverage. There's basically 4 different types of coverages that you're going to come across. There's an exclusionary policy where it's going to list what is not covered. So when you look down the list, you have that policy. It's going to show what is not covered. So if something fails in your RV that falls under the time period of the extended warranty, then it'll be covered if it's not on the list. So that's a good thing. So you have to know the difference. On the list, it's not covered. Okay? And then there's a listed component coverage list. So that shows what the plan does cover. So if something fails that's on the list, you're golden, man. It's going to be taken care of, right? And then there's powertrain policies. So that's that catastrophic coverage. It's going to help you when the engine blows apart, the transmission falls out, the drive axle breaks, something like that. So those have lower premium costs, but they actually cover the most expensive potential failures on an RV, a motorhome per se. Travel trailers, we know they don't have engines, transmissions. So a Class A, Class C, Class B motorhome, and these Super Cs like the Freightliners, man, they are popular. So this would be a great coverage for it. And then there's coach-only policies that cover items inside the coach, like the appliances, the air conditioning system, the plumbing, but it specifically excludes all engine and powertrain items. So you see, you got some choices here. So depending on your skill set, you can make a really good decision on what you want to pay for or not pay for. So what is not covered by any plan that you're going to choose? There's going to be some things in an RV extended warranty that aren't covered. It doesn't matter what company you go with. They're not going to cover aesthetic things like your paint fading. They're not going to cover your upholstery in the RV. It fades out. You put a hole in it. They're not going to cover that. If your brake pads wear out, your brake shoes wear out, your belts go bad, that's just normal stuff. That's not what's covered. If you get into an accident in the RV, you plow into a semi and the whole front cap of your RV is destroyed, an extended warranty is not going to cover that. That's what your comp and collision insurance is going to cover. So don't go into this with the mindset that anything and everything is going to be covered under an extended warranty. It doesn't work that way. And it doesn't matter who the company is. It's not going to happen that way. So how to vet a warranty provider. It's important that you know how to choose the right provider, right? You don't want to get a bad policy because once you start, you could be stuck with it. Or they're going to charge you a certain amount to get out, bail out early, if you will. So you want to get somebody who's reputable. You want to make sure this company is stable, that they're not going to go out of business tomorrow. And, you can do research on companies. And you want a company that's going to explain the difference between policies, and they're going to provide full contracts. You're going to see this up front. It's not going to be just sign here and we need to take your money, sir. It's not that way. And when you're looking at a company, check out their customer reviews. Reviews are all over the internet. Type in, wholesale warranty reviews and see what comes back on wholesale warranties. You might be surprised the company you're looking at might not be the company you want to go with. I said that just following up wholesale warranties, so that's not related. That's just a sample. Type in wholesale warranties reviews, see what comes up. Go to the Better Business Bureau, the BBB. You can find information about a company there. Look at Google reviews. Go to Trustpilot. Talk to others in your RV community. See if they have experience with a particular extended warranty. Remember, you can buy these warranties for new and used RVs, but do your research. You want to make sure that the company, the persons you're dealing with, that they're actually going to help you. They're working on your behalf. You want to deal with somebody who's going to actually go to bat for you if there's a problem. When you have to file a claim, that they're there to help, not make your life miserable. And if there's some discrepancies, like, well, it's not covered, and you're saying it is covered, you want someone that's going to fight for you. The company that provides the warranty work, they're not going to fight for you. That's where a broker is so important. And you want a company that's going to withstand the changing markets. 2026 is getting off to a pretty unique start, and there's a lot of problems in the world today, and companies are folding up like paper. So you want to make sure you're dealing with a company that's going to be here tomorrow, that has a reputation for being here tomorrow. Maybe even ask them, hey, what happens if you guys are gone tomorrow? What happens to my warranty? What's the deal here? If I paid all that money for nothing, how does this work? Now, let me explain a better way to look at this. So now there's benefits to companies like Wholesale Warranties because they're a broker. So you're buying the contract through them, but they're shopping it, in other words. So they're working for you. So they're not just a company who's selling you the policy. They're the broker, so they shop it. They're going to find the company, the plan that works best for you. So they're talking to what they call our administrators. So they know the companies to deal with, the ones that have the best coverage, the best customer service, and they know how to find these companies, vet them. So they're doing a lot of work for you. And you think about that. You're not having to go out and do all the legwork of checking out each individual company that's going to actually be the warranty company. You're going to go to Wholesale Warranties, and they do all this legwork for you. How sweet is that? Now, if you go to a dealership and you're buying an RV, new or used, and they want to sell you an extended warranty, you're not dealing with the company at all. You're dealing with the dealership. And man, this is where I sometimes get really brutal because these guys will sell you every pack. Oh, this is the platinum package. It covers everything. No matter what happens in your RV, this package covers it. Oh, you can't afford that? Well, let's go to the gold package. Now, this package covers 99% of what the platinum does. You know what? I bought a new RV, and their sales pitch on the extended warranty was so ridiculous, and it was just packed full of nonsense. And they didn't have the actual service contract there. They didn't have the actual warranty, so you couldn't read anything. It's just take my word for it. Oh, here's a brochure that shows you some of the stuff, and it's worded in such a way that you would think everything's covered. You got to look out for that. So if you're thinking about buying a new RV, new or used, do your research in advance. Know what, if you're going to go to a dealership and you want to hear what they have to say, find out who their extended warranty company is. Do the research before you ever go to the dealership. Find out the details. Or when you get to that point in the buying of the RV process, say, hey, we got to put this on hold. I need to research this. I'm not spending that kind of money, thousands of dollars, for you telling me it's going to cover everything. I don't know that. And I know from experience in our business that people come in, they expect things to be covered, and it's not covered. It happens quite often, or the way they want to cover it is ridiculous. It's amazing. So that's where Wholesale Warranties, they're going to find the carrier for you. They're going to make it easier. And you're cutting all the nonsense out. So if you go to the dealership and you want such and such RV, or a private party, you want to buy their RV, you can talk to Wholesale Warranties even before you start shopping or as you're shopping. This is what I'm looking for. Kind of get the ball rolling with them. And then when you find that RV, okay, this is what I got. This is how many miles on it. It's brand new. This is the year, make, and model. They're going to help you with that. They're going to be able to explain exactly what you're going to get, what can be covered, what can't be covered. And when you file a claim, when you get to this point, you bought the RV and now a few months have gone by or a year's gone by, you're having a problem with it. They're going to walk you through it. They're going to help you get it processed, the claim processed. And that's important because you have somebody in your corner fighting for you. And believe me, when you take your RV into a dealership or repair center, they're not going to fight for you. Whatever the warranty company says, that's just what they're going to repeat to you. Yeah, they said they won't cover it. I didn't ask why. I don't really care. It's not my RV. It's your problem, right? They just want to get the money. Sounds horrible, but that's the reality of it. So with wholesale warranties, you're going to get a nice choice. You're going to get customization. They're going to work with you. They talk to brokers that offer better coverages. They know the brokers have better customer service, and they're going to know whether add-ons are necessary, like roadside service or tire protection. They're going to tell you, hey, you know what, you really should get this. It's not covered, but it'd be great to have, because our experience says that roadside coverage on this particular RV or style of RV is very important. And then when it comes time to file a claim, they're going to walk you through that before you ever buy it. They're going to say, this is how the claim process works. And you might say, hey, that sounds great. Or, oh, that sucks. I'm backing off from that one. And they're going to help you. Like, you can go to any licensed repair facility in the U.S. or Canada, so you can get it diagnosed, you can get pre-authorization, you can get all this stuff done, and the warranty company will pay the bill. And that's nice. And believe me, some of these companies are very hard to deal with. I mean, we're very selective. I mean, when we hear certain names, we won't even deal with them because they're so problematic to work with. I could go on for hours talking about the kind of stuff we've heard from extended warranty companies. And these are companies that are not represented by wholesale warranties. So if you're looking for an extended warranty, I just have to say Wholesale Warranties is a company to consider. Now, again, do your research. You might find that that's not the company for you. But all this stuff pans out. It's like I always tell my wife, and our customers, you never know how good your insurance company is until you go to file a claim. And we have gone to file claims, and they said, oh, no, that car caught on fire on a Tuesday afternoon? No, sorry, we can't cover it. And that sounds ridiculous, but that's about how it's summed up on one claim we went to file. Car caught on fire on a Tuesday, can't cover it. It's ridiculous. And Wholesale Warranties going to tell you up front the kind of problems you could have or how simple it will be. And like I said, if Wholesale Warranties isn't your cup of tea, that's fine, but make sure you're shopping the right way. And before you ever buy, make sure you ask all the questions. Ask them who the providers are. Are they going to pay out? Are they legitimate? Are they going to be around? What about canceling this extended warranty? Can you do it or transfer it? Make sure you can do that, or at least know whether you can. And is it a prorated cancellation if they will allow you to do it, or is it just a big, gigantic amount, right? So look into it and talk to other RVers. They'll tell you about this. And for 2026, there's a few new things. So RVers are getting more and more into the off-grid camping mode. So they're going out there without, all the plug-ins and all that great stuff, right? So they have solar panels, they have inverters, expensive lithium-ion batteries. So those are parts that can be covered. And now they have to be professionally installed, so a shop would have to do it. But think about that. You're off-grid camping, a solar panel fails, it can be expensive or part of that system. So talk to them about that. And that's another thing too. Made me think that just because it's on the RV, you might think that every RV from that company comes that way. It might just be the RV you bought. Sometimes they put enough solar on there at the factory just to say they're solar, but it doesn't mean all their models come with it. So make sure you explain exactly what the RV has to Wholesale Warranties if you're going with them. Now, more and more RVers like to go to remote locations or national parks, and sometimes it's harder to get a repair if you're done there or if you're there. Your RV breaks. Well, Wholesale Warranties will make sure a mobile mechanic is part of that policy. So someone that will go out and see you in the park or a remote location. So a mobile tech's important, or a roadside tire plan, things like that. If you're a solo traveler, which is pretty popular anymore, so there's an extra layer of protection that comes with a reliable RV warranty company. So it makes it one less thing you have to worry about. And a lot of solo RVers, you're with groups in some cases, but getting to that destination or leaving, going back home, sometimes you're by yourself on the road. So having that extra layer of protection certainly is nice. So everybody, that's a wrap up of RV extended warranties. And like I said, you know, if you want to start somewhere, just use the link in the description, talk to Wholesale Warranties first, and you can take your notes, get your ammo, whatever way you want to call it. Then you can shop some other companies and see what you come up with. But remember, they're there for if you're buying a new RV, a used RV at a dealership or private party. So thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.